All right, keto friends, we're going to try this one more time. Actually, still can't go live from my phone, but I can go live from Dr. Ralph's phone. So this is Dr. Heather Carden, or Heather Dewar Carden, one of your keto friends here, and I am so excited and blessed to have all you guys joining us. New members, we've been talking the last maybe 10 days about fasting and how to fast and why would someone want to fast and how to do it properly. I want to make sure that I'm not making any medical claims or giving you medical advice. I'm simply going to share what we do in our clinic or what I've done myself. Always check with your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement, any new diet. So just making that disclaimer there. So what do we do about this fasting thing? Hopefully you all got to look at the prior video, not the one 5 minutes ago, but you got to see the video that I made earlier last week or later last week about why you would fast, preparing your mind, clearing out your schedule, clearing out your pantry and fridge. Again, the best way to set yourself up for success, you want to pick a day or 2 or 3 days that are not crazy busy in your life. And again, have yourself prepared for that. So you don't want to do it on a stressful time during a trip or travel, and you don't want to definitely schedule it if you're training for something on your long workout days, because you want to keep everything light. You want to give this as a gift to your body. Fasting is allowing your digestive system to rest, because digestion takes a lot of calories to get that food burning and process through it and sorting out all those toxins and using energy and absorption. So when you're doing a fast, it's just a great way to reset your lifestyle. It's a great to reset a plateau. It's a great way to help rebalance out your blood sugar. So here's how we're going to get started. You can do anything from a 24-hour fast to a 3 or 4 day fast. Listen to your body and get plenty of rest. So number one, have lots of water. I like using spa water, so I'll take some glass quart jars and I'll put some lemon or lime, mint, herbs, thyme, things like that, and let them sit in the refrigerator for a day or two to get them more like a spa water, because it helps really balance out the pH. You want to have a good 16 ounces in the morning when you wake up. Just drink it slowly so you're really hydrating your body. And then throughout the day, as you get hungry, or to help feed your body and replace those electrolytes that may be lost, we have 2 options that we've done in our office. Again, a lot of people have done different types of fasting, and I know we talked about fat fasting, but when I talk about doing a fast blast, again, it's allowing your body to rest. And what we do is we actually make sure you're very well hydrated. Then in the past, I've used a couple of things to make sure that our electrolyte balance is staying proper as our body starts to eliminate. So I see people joining us as our body starts to eliminate out the toxins. So I have used a very high grade of fermented superfoods and a probiotic, because it's got some different herbs and different blend, again, 50 different ones, to help our body really replenish what is lost during a normal diuretic process, normal stool and bowel movements. And again, as we lose that inflammation and water out of fat cells, or our intestines start to clear out, we want to make sure we're giving a good probiotic and using, again, I like fermented greens as an electrolyte balance. If you're not using that, then I would suggest that you do a very healthy bone broth, which is God's Gatorade. Got a YouTube video there that we had made super simple in my house. I think it's like 50 seconds long or 54 seconds long. What I didn't say is make sure that you cook your bone broth overnight and then replenish the water that you drink throughout the day. So I generally recommend that you either do anywhere from 3 to 5 servings of the Akia, which is again a fermented superfood, or do anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 cups of chicken broth. So you can do the homemade bone broth. You can also buy a powdered broth, which is super simple. I love this brand. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, non-GMO. It does have a little bit more protein, so some people feel they may need that as they start to fast through there. And we actually have a coupon code that you can use. Hey, Pam! We can actually use a coupon code that you can get 10% off this month. So I'll repost that again. And the other option is you can buy different types of bone broth. You don't want to get like the chicken broth, and make sure it says bone broth on there, because you're getting all those healthy nutrients. Get anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 cups a day. You want to do that, or again, you want to use the Akia. And before we had exogenous ketones available, I would have people add things like coconut oil. You can blend in with the Akia or in with your chicken broth. Add a tablespoon of butter in there. There's different types of MCT oil. Be careful of the ones that have fruity things on there, because sometimes they have too many carbohydrates. I also have MCT powder that we've used in our office. Several companies make a very high grade of that. So hey, Pam, thanks for joining me today on Dr. Ralph's phone. So again, we're just going to be drinking a whole bunch of water, the Akia Fast Blast. We're going to add either some bone broth or the Akia in there. The next thing is that we're going to feed our brains to make sure that we are not having any craving time, that we actually transition over pretty easily into doing a fast. And what I'm able to use now that I couldn't before, because there was never one on the market, again, I would use butter or coconut oil or MCT oil. for our body to make ketones. Actually, we can now drink powdered ketones. And I love the chocolate because it has inulin or chicory root. It's been around for 100 years. People have used it to stabilize blood sugar. It's a prebiotic that helps turn on those healthy gut bugs in your stomach. It also is great for osteoporosis, and it's just some good healthy fiber to have in there. So I love using that. If you're already fat adapted, you could maybe do a fourth a serving 3 or 4 times throughout the day, a half a serving 2 or 3 times throughout the day. You just want to have it 30 minutes before your normal stress time, your I say hungry, hangry time. So if you know it's when before you pick up the kids or on your way home, that's when you want to really implement putting some of those exogenous ketones in there. Again, you can add extra fat if you feel like you're getting hungry. That would be in the form of MCT or grass-fed butter. I've got my Kerrygold over there. So those are really the simple things. How long you're on the fast is how your body responds. I listen to my body. Sometimes I'll break my fast between day 3 or 4. So this is not a true water fast. We're actually putting some nutrients and electrolytes back in our body. We're feeding our brain with healthy ketones from the fats and from the exogenous ketones. And really anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4 days. I wouldn't do more than 5 days. And when I come off my fast, then I do more of a fat fast. So I still don't put a whole bunch of meat protein in. I'm going to do a higher fat diet, more plant fats, olives, avocados, nuts, and seeds, and implement those in there. I've got a great flax cake recipe that uses zucchini and flax and coconut oil and milk and a couple eggs to really keep your body in that fat burning mode. So hopefully this helps you out. I know I've had lots of questions of how do we do this fast blast thing. Again, check with your medical doctor before doing anything at all. Stay very well hydrated. I'll also post some amazing detoxifying baths that can help your body also get to a more balanced state, because our skin is our largest organ, and it's super important to have our body absorb those nutrients and stay hydrated throughout this process, because as our body burns fat, again, we lose inflammation, which can also help us lose healthy nutrients. So either use the Kia brand, which I've used for several years, and or add a really healthy bone broth in there. Again, I'll post a recipe down below. I think I've posted a couple times here. If you have questions, let me know. Sorry, my phone wouldn't go live. Hopefully you guys are getting this message. I will delete the one I made previously about 5 minutes ago because I had to make Dr. Ralph an admin. Anyway, I'm just yakking now. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully this helps answer your question. I'm probably going to start mine either Saturday or Sunday. Sunday is kind of a day of rest, so it makes sense to me to do that. I am traveling next weekend, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to fast Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then I'll go into fats probably on Wednesday or Thursday, just because I'm going to go by how my body feels and when I'm traveling. And yes, Pam's got some great information. Pam has done this fat blast or kind of a Kia blast several times with me. She can tell you how amazing she feels. I've had other patients do it, but for patient confidentiality, I'm not going to shout out any names because Pam is my keto friend here. So Pam, thanks for joining me, and hopefully this helps answer your questions. I am going to ask that you do not share this out to your wall or anything. If you want to add a friend to the group, you can absolutely do that. You can introduce them and add them. But I'm going to ask just because I don't want to make any medical claims. I don't want to give any clinical advice to anyone, but I just want to share what I do. And I have people, if you have hypertension issues, make sure you stay well hydrated and check your blood pressure. If you feel kind of yucky because you're coming off soda or coffee, because some people still do a lot of caffeine or carbonated beverages, even on a keto diet, that's when you're going to use an Epsom salt bath, maybe some essential oils. Again, just let your body relax. Think of this as a gift you're giving your body to help really reset things that need to be done. I mean, we brush our teeth every day, but yet we go to the dentist a couple times a year. I think it's great to fast a couple times a year. Or if you've lost like 15, 20, 30 pounds of fat, it's a great way, again, to let your digestion rest. As far as exercise goes, keep it light, biking, light yoga, light Pilates, swimming, cycling, walking. I certainly, because we're not doing a ton of protein, don't want you to do any heavy weightlifting, no PR days. Just keep it light and steady, but you still do want to get moving because sweating is a great way to help our bodies detoxify. So add that in there if you're not already doing it. Go out for a walk, get on a bike, find a friend. You can also sit in an infrared sauna. Ionic foot bath are also a great way to help your body transition over, and I guarantee you're going to thank yourself for doing this. After about the first 36 hours, you're just going to feel amazing, really, really clear-headed, sleeping super deep. So that's my tips for starting your fast. Hope to hear how yours goes and hear from you next week. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me, guys. And finished.